Hey everybody, welcome back to the 6th day of the 12 Days Before Christmas holiday special for my homemade trading card game, Realm Rumble. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing off a really cool fan art I received from one of my good friends I've known for all the way since like 4th grade, so it's been a long time since I've known him. He's a really awesome dude. Well, I've actually known him before 4th grade, but like early before. But yeah, he's a really good friend of mine. He's a really cool dude. And so he did this artwork for me about 3 to 4 months ago. So it's a little late to show this off, but I also have received a couple other fan art in the Discord. Link will be down below in the description if you want to join that. If you're interested in just talking to me or learn more about my homemade trading card game. But yeah, he handmade this card when he was at my house, and I love it. So I'm going to be showing off this. And then as you can see here, these are all cards you may notice, similar to some cards I've showed off. Snowy Spiderling there. But these are actually all missed drawn cards or redos. Kind of my first attempts on the cards. So here you can see Screaming Skull. This is the real one. This is like the bad ones that I had to redo. So yeah, I'm going over those. So let's get started. So to start off, we have this awesome fan art by a good friend of mine. This is called Guards of the Queen. Now, if you don't know what Guards of the Queen actually looks like, here it is in game. You can see a big difference in art. Very stick-like, simple figures. This is more complex. You can see, if you kind of make out, this is actually supposed to represent the fire in the background. If you know what the Royal Realm is all about, it's all about fire and more of a medieval type of realm. And its element, the element that kind of resembles the realm would be fire. So here you have huge flames in the background. And then you have 3 of the guards for the queen. Some with their, or I think all 3 of them have their shirts off. So yeah, but they can see their muscles and all their helmets. This middle guy has a sick cape, and similar to this one, you can see the similarities and differences. But yeah, it's all pencil too, so really good shading by my friend, and I love it. I think it's a really sick fan art. Hopefully, depending on whether I want to do a whole fan art section for Realm Rumble in its own subset, or just add this to set 1. We'll see. But yeah, as you can see, same effect there. Give +2 attack to any creature on your field with a level 6 or above. So pretty good. And then at cost 8, 4 attack and 9 defense. So pretty big on defense. Yeah, so really sick artwork. I'm really glad that my friend did this. Like it was a surprise when I got this. It's been forever, 3 to 4 months since I got this, but I remember just seeing this. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. It was like one of my first fan arts ever for the game, so I was really happy to get this and receive this. So yeah, so big shout out to my friend. And yeah, so moving on, we have all the bad artworks I've done, the redrawns, my first prototypes of cards. So to start off, we have Screaming Skull. You can see here, I wanted to do more of a skull, kind of open mouth. You can see here I've added little cracks, add more detail, and then more flames in the background. So to start off, I had this one it was very far back, couldn't get all the flames. This one was just kind of like, it's just, it was purely horrible. I just was drawing, I'm like, nah, I gotta redo this. So that was a bummer, but I'm glad of how it turned out. You can see the similarities between all 3 of these guys, especially the guy in the middle here, and then the skull on the far right, which is the original one. Or this is not the original, this is my 3rd time drawing it, but this is the final I'm going with, the final drawing. I might redo it, who knows? Maybe add color to it, we'll see. But right now, it's a pretty cool card. You can read the effect there if you want. Yeah, it's an attachment card. You can see the little triangle there in the bottom right. And costs 3 coins, so it's a pretty good spell. But yeah, I'm really happy with how the artwork turned out in the end. You can see here, though, it took me a couple tries for sure. So, yeah. Next up, we have Undead Townsman. So, Undead Townsman is actually a really cool card. You can read the effects if you want, but this is how I started off. I didn't really fully know what the artwork was going to be like. I didn't know it was going to be Stickman, pretty simple, resembling one of the undead, or one of the townsmen. And then I added this spirit effect around them, which I thought was pretty cool. The spirits are definitely smaller in this, and enlarged here for the actual spirits card, so you can see them in full detail. But yeah, I'm really actually happy with how it turned out. You can read the effects and everything there, but I decided to keep the eyes open to show more of like a possessed look. So tell me how that looked, or how that turned out. You can see there actually, I have a little graveyard area here, because with undead townsmen, you might think, oh, it's a zombie. And so I went with more of the possessed route. It's coming back to life, possessed with all the souls around them. But I was also thinking of doing a zombie route. And this actually helped me think of Curse of the Shadows with the graveyard and the zombie hand sticking out. And then if you can name those cards in the bottom there, it's a pretty cool hint to one of the cards in set 1 from the Dark Realm, one of the creatures. But yeah, so this has actually helped me create Curse of Shadows, and you can see a little potion there on the top right. That was supposed to represent Vial of Demise, which I ended up doing this, again with the souls. So all in all, this card here was a starter for Undead Townsman, Vial of Demise, and then lastly, Curse of Shadows. So it actually was a pretty helpful card to draw, I guess, because it gave me a couple ideas. So happy that I did this, and ended out pretty well. But next up, this is not really the biggest mess up. Next up, mess up. Anyways, this is not really the biggest like mess up in drawing. You can see here, it was a bad bowl. I just didn't really know what I was like doing fully yet, and so I was like, ah, shoot, it's not what I really imagined. So I redid it and got Toxin Shroom Cocktail here, a little bowl here, kind of with the straw sticking out. But yeah, this is pretty cool. You have like goo, a little chip there, worm, some mushrooms, toxic mushrooms from the forests and jungles of the jungle realm. But this is a pretty cool card. It's attachment spell. Yeah, happy to show that off. And then next up, one of the finals, or we have one more after this, but this is actually showed off most recently, Snowy Spiderling. You can see here how it started off. I had this design. I thought it was just too big, the body, and then when it came here, I just didn't feel like the proportions were right. The legs were kind of sticking out a little weird. You can see kind of how that one just kind of jets out all of a sudden, so it's not like the best looking spider body look. And so I wanted to redo it, and I ended up like 3-4 weeks later doing Snowy Spiderling, redoing it. Really happy like how the eyes turned out, got that kind of spider look rather than just 2 eyes. And then the legs turned out pretty well, and the eggs. So happy how it all ended up. But this is a pretty annoying card to draw just because wasn't happy with myself. Yeah, it ended out very well. So, and then to end off, we have the Dwarven Blacksmith, one of the most simplest cards in here. Well, maybe Undead Townsman was a little more simpler, but here we have what I wanted to do, and I just felt that its helmet was a little wacky. Just kind of looked like it could be like a mouth in a way, or like some creature's mouth. The horns are cool. I ended up doing a couple horns here, but not as much as the one on the left. Had the anvil, wasn't perfect. Had the hammer, so I just kind of wasn't happy with everything. And I did one thing I kept was, of course, the helmet, and I basically kept everything, but redid it to make it better. But the biggest thing I kind of redid was the handlebar mustache. If you've noticed with all the Dwarven Realm cards, if I can grab some right here, they all have this. They all have like facial hair. If it's either beards or mustaches. So I'm trying to grab some right now. Let's see here. Yeah, a good example would be Dwarven Coal Miner. He has a nice little beard there, and also a helmet. So they all have like some type of either beard or mustache or both. So yeah, pretty cool with that. Pretty happy with how that turned out with Dwarven Blacksmith. It's a very simple card, not the best either, but it's just simple, something that's cool to look at, and I think will look better with color around it. So it's not just some one lone stick man with the anvil and the hammer. So yeah, that's really it. I think I showed off the everything I wanted to, especially the fan art I got from my good friend of mine. So really happy to show that off. And I think I'll end it there. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I really enjoy you guys tuning in and watching, especially this being like a really cool series of one day upload every day. It's been really fun to do. So keep commenting what was probably the coolest upgrade of bad card to good card. So what was the coolest upgrade to see? What other fan arts would you guys probably be interested in seeing from other people, or maybe if you want to be interested in doing a fan art? I do have the Discord link below, so join that and feel free to do as much fan art as you want. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I think that'll end it off there. So see you guys in the next vid.